Had Glenn McElhinney been a few kilos lighter, he may well have been lost to harness racing. He grew up at Rose Hill at a time when every street and laneway rang to the clatter of thoroughbred hooves. Not surprisingly, young Glenn was drawn to the prospect of becoming an apprentice jockey, but increasing weight and a friendship with local harness trainer Rod Vernon turned him around.
I started out when I was 10, and most probably even till today I still have contact with Rodney, not as much as I used to because he lives in Victoria now, but yeah, I got my licence through him. His mother bought my first licence for me. She paid for it, and yeah, done all my gymkhana drives on horses that were trained by Rodney, and yeah, my first 20 winners were all trained by Rodney.
Well, I know your first winner certainly was trained by Rodney. It was a horse called Love a Dollar. The venue was Maitland. The year was 1977. And I think it was a stand start, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on the old Maitland track. Well, it's not much different now, but yeah, they were all stand and starts up around that way. And yeah, it was a Friday night, and Rodney had a horse in at Harold Park, and he entrusted me to drive on Love a Dollar. And yeah, he was off 10 metres and began like a rocket, and I was in behind the leader, and it was over about 3 laps, and the leader kept drifting off. With a lap to go, he drifted right off, and I got up the inside of him, and yeah, he just kept going. Yeah, it was a good thrill.
Your first Harold Park win is still very vivid in your mind too. Fier Cheval.
We were running last with 600 to go, and yeah, I pulled him out, and the horse in front was Wayne Honen's horse, Stature, and we nailed him right on the line. Yeah.
Hell of a thrill.
It was, yeah, considering what they paid for Stature at the time. I think he was $250,000, and I think our horse was about $8,000 yearling purchase. Yeah. So yeah, it was a big thrill.
Well, Glenn, you went to Bankstown as recently as 5 years ago, and it was then and only then that your reputation as a good freelance driver really started to blossom.
Yeah.
You'd been out of sight, out of mind a bit at Granville, hadn't you?
That's correct, yeah. The trainers at Granville were dwindling. I was driving for some trainers there, but I wasn't getting the opportunities like I am now. And yeah, when I moved to Bankstown, and the more trainers and the more exposure I got, yeah, the more opportunities come my way.
Now, you had a long and happy association with the Sleep City organisation, with whom you had a great understanding.
Yep.
And you were able to duck away to race meetings whenever necessary.
Yeah, what I did there, I'd take time off in lieu. I actually managed the warehouse there, so yeah, or I'd take a day on my holidays or things like that. But yeah, and I was fortunate that the factory I worked at's only up at Wetherill Park, which isn't far from here, so it was lovely when the meetings were on here at Fairfield. Yeah, just duck down and duck back when I'd finish, yeah.
Now, fortunately, when you're driving 130 or 140 winners a season, you don't need to be working for Sleep City.
Yeah, I ceased. I really wanted to give this a try. You know, I'm 45 now, and I really wanted to give harness racing everything I've got. And so about 2 years ago, I spoke to the bloke that owns the company and said, you know, I appreciate everything he's done for me, and I can no longer work for him full time because I want to give this a go. And he said that was fair enough, but he asked me to stay on a casual basis, which I still do today. I go in when I can and help him out.
Of all the nice horses you've trained, I get the feeling Blank Canvas is your supreme favourite, principally because your good wife, Pat, owns him.
We actually bought him out of the Troc Guy for $6,000, so yeah, we rung up the owner, and we were lucky enough that we were able to buy him.
Blank Canvas, a half length on Ben's Journey, and Blank Canvas, he's a tough horse.
Another one of your favourites is Alfredo. You only had him for a short time. I think 3 for 3 in your care.
Yeah, the gentleman that owns him purchased him as a yearling. I broke him in for him, and yeah, he had 3 starts for us and won 3 races.
You've won a string of races on a very good filly called Art of Illusion.
The Art of Illusion flies. The Art of Illusion got up.
Yeah, she's very much like a colt. She's a big, strong filly, and nothing bothers her. Yeah, they can travel her and pull up in the morning, and she'll just eat and go to the races at night and put in her best performance.
She gave you a Group 2 win at Albion Park.
Yeah, that was last season as a 2-year-old. She went up there, and I think she had 6 starts up there, and she won 4 of them. But yeah, she won a heat and final of the triad up there. She sat in the death seat in the triad final, and it just proved too good for her.
The Art of
Illusion is storming down the outside. The Art of Illusion, slippery left, they raced away. Slippery left and the Art of Illusion. The Art of Illusion, that is a wonderful win. She's too good, this Sydney sider.
You got to drive another top-class filly a few times in self-denial.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky there. Michael Dordoff and Sonia Maher asked me would I drive self-denial when she first started driving, and I think I ended up having 10 drives on her for about 7 wins and 3/3.
Glenn, you're a laid-back sort of a bloke. You're a very relaxed individual, and I'm sure that carries through into your race driving. You're not a panicker.
I try not to be. Yeah, my wife might disagree with you, but I try not to be a panicker. You know, like, you can only do your best, and sometimes things don't work out the way you want. So, you know, there's not a lot you can do about it. You just got to learn to take it easy.
Your laid-back style in the sulky is a trademark in itself, but it's only half the trademark that bold yellow race helmet has become.
Yeah.
On Sky Channel coverage or for people at the track, it really stands out in a race. I mean, people now see that yellow skull cap and they say that's McElhinney.
Yeah, that's right.
It's become quite a trademark.
Yeah, there's friends of ours that have got a granddaughter, and she's only about 5-year-old, and that's how she spots me out. She just has a look and she sees that yellow hat. She says, "There's Glenn there." You know?
Yeah, you didn't do it for that reason, obviously, but it's just the way it's happened.
Yeah, well, that's part of my racing colours was a yellow hat, and I'm pretty fortunate that Michael Hansel paints my hat for me, and he seems to always use the same yellow paint.
Any particular race you'd love to win, or are you just happy to keep driving winners?
I'd like to win a Group 1 race. I haven't been lucky enough to win. I've been fortunate enough to have the opportunities to go around them, but I haven't won one yet. But, you know, hopefully with the association I have with some of the trainers and some of the horses that I've got, that they'll carry me to Group 1 success.
All right, Glenn, congratulations on all you've done so far. You're only 45, you're coming to your absolute peak years, and I think it'll be a fair while before you're back at Sleep City.
Yeah, I hope so, John. Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate, like you know yourself. I have a lot of help from behind the scenes, and there's a lot of people that give me a hand, and I really appreciate the help they give me.
One final question. Do you get a discount on mattresses?
Yes, I do.